Hi everybody, here we are diving on a 39-foot motor trawler. This boat was very dirty, very dirty. Thick fouling, slime growth, you name it, it was on the hull. Here we got some hull plates, zincs, and they're very soft to the touch. I had to be careful because they were wanting to come off of my hand. There's some floating object. I don't know what that was. It was chasing me all day. We dove on this boat for 4.5 hours to get her all cleaned up. All the zincs changed. Like I said, it was very dirty, very thick growth, and it was caked on there. So it took a lot of elbow grease to get it off. And we had some line fouling up the prop. This is the port side. You can see that's on there pretty good. It was on there pretty tight. We had to cut it off. Wasn't sure what we'd find for zincs, but it turns out this particular vessel had 11 zincs. Or actually should have been 11, you'll see here in a minute. Starboard side actually had some that were missing. 3 shaft zincs right there on the port side, very deteriorated. In fact, when I was removing those, they were literally coming off of my hands. One of which I was able to actually remove without even unscrewing it. That's how soft they were. You can see starboard side here, it only had 1. You can see where the second one used to be. The third one looks like it had come off fairly recently. And lo and behold, this side, starboard side, had line fouled up around the prop as well. Really wasn't expecting to see both props fouled up the way they were. The line was on there really tight. I had to cut it off, of course. This one looked like it had got caught in the cotter pin as well, so I had to straighten that out.
On the port side, he still has 3 present. On the starboard side, he only has 1 present, and you can see where number 2 and number 3 were before.
So calling up topside, make sure we had a good record of how many zincs that we needed to replace them all. As I said before, there were 11.
Very cloudy. Yeah, he's got lines fouled up on both port and starboard props. Looks like I get to put my new yards to use.
You can see where it's caught onto the cotter pin. A little bit. It was on there good. Had to cut that part off too.
Yeah, he must have. Because we definitely need to change these because those bags that these are going to be expensive anywhere else. I don't know the exact size of the shaft either. But the hull plate zincs are all...
Visibility was very poor today for whatever reason. Could have been the recent rains we had. Very cloudy. Visibility is probably 2 to 3 feet, maybe 4 at best. Depends on if I was out at the end of the slip on towards the bow. Right here, I'm actually in the deepest part of the slip, right near the dock. So it's very shady there. So now we're going to travel on down the starboard side towards the bow. Take a look at the hull surfaces, see if we find any noticeable damage of any sort. We can see along the keel here we've got some paint damage for sure. After we cleaned her up, we were able to notice And we had additional paint damage, flakes here and there, certain sections where the paint was coming off. So it's definitely, I would say, I recommend a good paint job very soon. Major contributing factor, more than likely, to the thick fouling that you see there. Again, very, very thick. But of course, not cleaning it for some time is also a contributing factor to how bad the growth was on the hull. But that's alright, we got her taken care of now. You can see sections there where the paint was pretty much rubbed off.
Ooh, there we go.
Here we are at the bow. You can get a really good look at how thick that growth is on there. And again, it was caked on there really good too. Checking the through holes, make sure there's no barnacles living up in there. There's a really good look at the growth on there. Real thick, green. Clouded up the water really good, taking it all off. Nice pretty blue hull underneath there. Some of the growth, it would come off easy, and then what was underneath is a whole different story. Need a lot more work.
Yeah, when I get back there I will.
Now we're on the port side. We're traveling aft. Another through hole. Got a little barnacle on the side there. We'll come back and get her off. All of this is before we clean the hull, obviously, as you can tell. When we go down, we want to check the condition. Now here's the nometer. The nometer was not moving at all. It was fouled up with nice gunk and growth, but it also looked like they had a barnacle living up in there. We had to evict the barnacle before we can get the nometer moving again. You see it's lodged really good, not wanting to move.
Looks like it's got some growth in there with it, you know what I'm saying? There we go.
Usually when we go down, we take some video before we clean her up, kind of a before and after, but also too to document how we actually find the hull and the hull surfaces, any other issues that we find. Still traveling aft, port side. We're coming up to the port side shaft. Anything that catches my eye, of course, my curiosity, I want to check it out a little bit more. Make sure it's not some damage. So no major damage actually found, just very dirty. Let's take a look at the rudders. You can see the little hole there. You can see where there's a rudder zinc that's actually missing. That would be zinc number 10.
He has some R4 trim tabs on here. Zinc. Man, things are going to be expensive for us today.
And you can see what the rudder should look like. All that is caked fouling, just growth, green, gunk. Gets pretty nasty in the water as it comes off. You can see there, just clouds the water up. So over here to port side, here we have an actual zinc that's in place, very deteriorated, very overgrown as well with that same slime and growth that you see all over the rudder there. So that one there has pretty much lived its usefulness. We'll be changing that one out too. You can get a really good idea how cloudy it gets down there with all that stuff floating around in the water. The GoPro actually doesn't do it justice because it actually sees better than the human eye. So that GoPro picks up some better detail than what I can see. So it actually looks brighter than it really is. So we'll get ready to clean her up, and then we'll come back. Yeah, smile for the camera. So here we are, we've got some new zincs. The hull is blue again. And you can see that the light has gone down. It's actually got a rainstorm up above topside there. New zinc in the rudder. And the storm was rolling in, so we were actually kind of pressed for time by this point. Got done in just the nick of time. So we wanted to document some of the results here. It's all clear, shafts are clean, new zincs are on, struts are good, barnacles are gone. Shafts are good. Tug on the shaft so you make sure that the shaft bearing isn't wobbling. It's feeling pretty smooth. Got all the scale off the props. The props looking a lot better now. 3 zincs over here on the starboard side as it should be. You can see a lot darker. So now we're moving forward up on the port side. We're going to go take a look at that nometer. There's the intake. Intake's all clear, nice and clean. A little through hull. That one there had a small colony of barnacles around it. I'm making sure I didn't miss any places here. Visibility was a lot less there. So here we are, nometer, all clean. See how blue that is? That's nice. Nometer's moving. A little paddle wheel up in there, so you get the light on there. There we go. There. Moving freely, as it should be. So that's all she wrote. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you, hello. Make sure you go visit our Facebook page and say hello.